Oregon with smoke with our first strat. So make sure you bring a barbed with smoke so we can place it here on the main stairs. And then here on the master bedroom wall, make sure you guys reinforce the left side and make headholes on the right side. Then here in armory, again, reinforce the left side and make headholes on the right side. So the whole point of this strat is to basically hold down here in armory, and we're able to get a long angle onto balcony and master bedroom if they try to take the main wall and closet here. And we're also supposed to use our smokes from afar, so we're able to smoke it out and waste attackers' time, so it's harder for them to get the main wall and take up master bedroom. And we can just chill all the way back here in armory up to as well. But yeah, with our shotgun, again, we're able to play close range if they try to take up the stairs, and then with our SMG-11, we're able to play ranged out. And if we have to leave, there's always a hatch here in armory that we're able to drop down and able to escape from there. But that's the first strat here on Oregon. Let's go ahead and move on to our next one. Now over here on Clubhouse, so this is going to be a strat with Capital where we're able to clear out rafters with our fire. So first of all, when we're in drone phase, make sure you guys prep your guys' drone below this right here, these little cupboards, so we're able to, for one, be able to get constant angles on whether there's a zombie or a player playing here on rafters, and they can't come down here and kill it, or they have to fully prone under it just to kill it. So with our Capital, we're going to be able to run breaches here. So first of all, breach bottom garage, open both of our breaches, and then with our prepped cam, we should be able to see where the defender is that is playing on rafters. And all we have to do is crouch through. So for example, they're playing right above us, crouch through, quickly peek, and then place a fire just like so. And this way we're able to fire out the person that's playing rafters. But not just this, we're also, if they start running back from that fire, again, we're able to place another fire right here. Most of the time there's obviously a rotate. Now the defender is fully stuck here, and they're going to be getting fired out, and we're able to fully swing him just from the bottom, just like so, when they're panicking. And most of the time it's a free kill, and then we can take up rafters. Pretty simple. And again, always play off this drone and off your own info. But that's the strat over here on Clubhouse. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay guys, now over here on Consulate, so this is going to be a strat with Doc. Real simple. Make sure you guys run to barbed wire here. So in the hallway staircase, place both sets of your guys' barbed wire, one on the lower and one on the upper staircase. After this, make sure you guys reinforce this wall right here in the hallway. And then here in break, triple reinforce this wall. And then the wall that connects managers and break, make sure you guys reinforce left side and make a rotate on the right side so you can go in and out. The whole point is to basically protect admin and defend admin. We have multiple points of coming in and out, so this door right here and also this door. And then as well as this, with this break room wall reinforced, it's harder for attackers to take this. And then the reason why we're Doc is so we can constantly stem ourselves and keep taking gunfights in admin over here. But yeah, really simple setup, and it's really solid. The whole point of this is basically hold down admin and break and prevent attackers from taking the hallway. But yeah, that's over here on Consulate. Let's go ahead and move on to our next map. Okay guys, now over here on Bank. So this is going to be a clash setup here in server when we're defending down here in CCTV. So first of all, with our reinforcements, make sure you guys reinforce the left side of the CCTV wall. And here on the right one, make sure you guys make V-holes. And then in server itself, make sure you guys reinforce the hatch. And then with the barbed wire that comes with clash, place one on the blue stairs walk down, and then place the other one on the dirt walk up. Now the whole point of setup is to delay attackers from taking here in server. Again, with Clash's new rework, she's basically like has a full body deployable shield, and even if attackers throw a grenade at you or an ash charge, all you have to do is just pick up the shield, and again it's invincible, which is why the setup is so good. So yeah, when attackers are both taking it down, all you have to do is throw down your shield, turn on the electric, and you're able to hold both dirt and blue stairs. Or if you just want to hold one, you can just play behind the server rack right here, place it if you want to look at blue, or place it over here if you want to look at dirt. And with our barbed wire, it delays attackers from taking it, and if they start applying pressure from both sides, you guys are able to use this fire thing right here, sorry, and yeah, and you're able to leave off that, and it'll blow up and delay attackers pushing server even more. But yeah, this is set up over here in server on down basement and bank. Really solid, and again, Clash is super broken, so I would highly recommend you guys use a strat here on bank. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our next map. Okay guys, now over here on Kanal, this is going to be a zero attacking strategy for the top floor. So with our first zero, we're going to place it on the tip right here of the light pole. Now with this and being it on the top of the light pole, we're able to see into control room, and then we're also able to see all the way into radar. Off this cam, we're able to give comms to our teammates, for example, whether if someone's here or not, or we're able to play off this info ourselves. Now another thing we're able to do with zero on this map is actually take the main wall. So let me show you guys how we're going to do this. First of all, opening up this barricade right here, we're able to place our zero cam on this wall, for example, if someone has something like an electric or there's bandits on it or arcade. So all we have to do is break the electric on it, and with our breach charges, we're able to open the wall ourselves, which is why this zero strategy is so broken. We're able to get multiple different cams here on this map that will help us out, and we're also able to get the main wall ourselves. But yeah, that's this attack strategy over here on Kanal. Let's go ahead and move on to our next map. Okay guys, now we're on Chalet. This is going to be a Maverick strat for when we're attacking the downstairs sites over here on Chalet. So all you have to do here on the main wall is make a couple of long holes here, just like so, and make a line with our Maverick ability all alongside the top of the wall here, just like so. Now once we do this, all we have to do is then rappel on this little balcony here, and we're able to get a long angle deep into wine cellar and then also connector, so able to see the door, able to spray out attackers whether they're there or not. And we're also able to see the blue single door here, and then also a little bit of the fireplace staircase that goes down into snowmobile. But yeah, a really solid setup, especially if none of your teammates want to take the main wall. You can just go over here, map above the main wall, and then yeah, it's usually a free kill every time we're holding this, or at least one free pick to help our team win the round. But yeah, that's over here on Chalet, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to our next map. Okay guys, now we're here on Cafe, on the top floor of Cafe to be exact, but it's gonna be a zombie setup here in Cigar and Christmas. So yeah, first of all, obviously having a default setup with triple reinforcing all of these walls here, and then making headholes in bathroom, and then here in the bar and the cigar wall that connects, reinforcing the the right wall and making headholes on the left side. So for our first Kiba, I like to place it right here on the coffee table. This way, for one, I'm protected from all the windows, and then also off this reinforced wall, I'm able to swing on the single door here in cigar shop, and then also new balk, which is why this Kiba is super good. Now for this next one, make sure you guys reinforce this hatch right here, and our next one's going to be here on the coffee table, and then after this one, for our third one, it's going to be here on the piano railing right here. So this one is able to protect us from the windows, and then this one is able to protect us from cigar shop, and then also the red stairs wall over here, and then this reinforced hatch is able to protect us from below. So we're able to swing off this Kiba over and over, which is why it's so good. Now for our last two, it's going to be right here on this table, the bar, I think it's like a serving bar table right here, and then another one's going to be again on this little piano railing here. So yeah, this one's able to protect us from the window when we're playing over here. And then this one, if we want to play right here, we're able to play crouched. And if they get the red wall, for one, we're protected from the windows. And then we're able to swing out in the red wall. But yeah, this is the entire setup here with the zombie. It's really, really solid, and most pro teams use this. And you're able to do this in solo queue as well, which makes it super, super good. But yeah, that's a solo queue strat over here on Cafe, guys. And let's go ahead and move on to our next strategy. Okay, guys, now we're here on border. This is going to be in a castle extension here in break and also here in security. So let me show you guys. First of all, with our first castle, I like to place it here in the 90 hall. This way it's harder for attackers to push up a 90 and also take here an office. Then make sure you guys reinforce this wall and this wall here while making headholes across both of these walls, and then also making a rotate right here to the hallway, and then reinforcing this hatch. Now after this, make sure you guys place our first beeper here and double reinforce security wall, and use another castle on this single window. And finally, for our last two castles, it's going to be here in the break room. Waiting room, sorry, the waiting room single door, and then the break room single door. We're also going to have another castle for our last two with another beeper here. Now, this is a basically updated hold, because usually we didn't have the environmental stuff, but now we have a fire one right here. We have a smoke one right here, and we also have another smoke one over here, which makes it a lot easier to hold security, waiting, and break room. Yeah, a really, really solid setup. I highly recommend this if you guys are solo queuing. It's a really good setup overall, and it's really hard for attackers to take over all of this space. But yeah, guys, let's hear on border, and let's go ahead and move on to our next map. Okay, guys, now we're here on Skyscraper. So this is going to be a Geisha Grim take here. So first of all, when taking Geisha, we always need a prepped cam. So most of the time, I prep my cam under this couch right here. The reason being is because it's hard to see because of the shadows and everything, and also just be under the couch, obviously. But first of all, make sure you guys are running breach charges with Grim, because a lot of the time, defenders do like to reinforce this wall. Now, if they don't reinforce this wall, we always have a bailiff. But if they do, make sure you guys open up the wall with one of your breaching charges, and then also open up this barricade right here. Now with our cam, if we see a defender here playing anywhere, like right here, or obviously behind these boxes. We can whip out our Grim canister and start grimming it all out. Real simple, just throw out a couple of Grims just like so, and then after this, whether attackers or defenders are being scanned or whether they back out, we're able to take Geisha pretty easily and hold it. Now if they're getting scanned, always take a gunfight because we always basically have wall hacks on the defender playing in here. But yeah, it's a really solid setup, all the way from breaching open this wall or using our bailiff to open it up, and then opening up the double window and using our canister to grim the defenders out. But yeah, this is the take over here in Skyscraper and Geisha. Again, you can always use a solo queue. And yeah, guys, go ahead and move on to our next map. Okay, guys, now over here on Coastline. So this is going to be a defensive setup here with Melusi. The main point of this is to sit here in the Cool Vibes hallway, just so we can hold over here on Hookah and the balcony. So first of all, with one of our impact nades, make sure you guys make a little rotate so we can sneak into Hookah here, while also reinforcing the left side of this wall, and then reinforcing this wall right here and this wall right here, and then in between them making head holes so we can swing out at the balcony. Now after we do this with our first Melusi, I like to place it here on the Cool Vibes staircase, so when attackers trying to creep up Cool Vibes, this Melusi will start going off, and if they start going all the way up it and it keeps on going off and off, we can just break this vase here and jump over, and it's usually a free kill. Now after we do this, for our second one's going to be here in Hookah on the balcony single door. All you have to do is place it right here, so when attackers are pushing through the single door here, they have to push through the Melusi. Now after this, I like to place our third one in the hallway, just like so. So when attackers are pushing through the hallway, they have to hit this Melusi, and then if we're playing right here, for example, we know, okay, an attacker is coming through VIP or 90 hall through, and they're trying to go through the hallway. Now for our final one, it's going to be here in Billiards. That connects through Aqua, so all we have to do is just place it right here. Now if attackers are trying to go for a quick play, or they're trying to push through Aqua into Billiards, they're going to be getting hit by this Melusi. And also, make sure you guys hold on to an impact nade, just in case a shield is trying to like get you guys out of the spot, or if someone's over here and you down someone, you can always impact nade them. But yeah, that's the setup over here in Coastline with Melusi. Let's go ahead and move on to our next solo queue strat. Okay guys, now over here in Themepark, this is going to be the bottom floor setup over here in Armory and Throne. So first of all, place both of your barbed wires on the single door and then also the right side of the single door. And for our first Kiba, we're going to place it right here next to the little fireplace. For our second one, it's going to be right here, a little bit higher up on the door, still where you have to crouch through it. And again, it's going to be the same thing here for this door right here, still where you have to crouch through it. Now with this, we're able to get a pretty sick one-way where attackers aren't able to see us from all the way back here. As you guys can see, you guys are even able to jump up here. And we're able to see, get a one-way on the door, the double wall over here. And yeah, like I said before, I'll show you guys from the attacker's perspective. So if they're trying to run through this wall, as you guys can see, it's really hard to see. They'd have to fully crouch, but even then you can't see the top of it, which is why this one way is so good. And make sure you guys run the zombie shotgun when it doing this as well, because it just makes it much better and a lot easier to kill attackers who are running through. And then for our final two Kibas, one's going to be right here on the green box. This way we're protected from the dragon single door. And then for our final one's just going to be here on this blue box looking at the main wall. But yeah, this is the setup over here on Themepark, really solid. And yeah, you can just do this setup by yourself. That's the whole point of this one way right over here. And most of the time it is always free kills. But yeah, guys, that's here on Themepark. Let's go ahead and move on to our next map. Alrighty guys, now we're here on Villa. So this is going to be a push for games in Aviator, where we're going to actually open up this wall right here that leads into Vault. First of all, make sure you guys always have to prep your cam. So make sure you guys prep your guys' cam behind this blue vase right here. This is where I like to prep it. Now, once we do this, make sure you guys rappel up and open up this window right here that leads into 90. Go ahead and get in our cam. Now, once we make sure it's clear and we see no one's on it, all we have to do with our Habana pellets is actually go ahead and start opening up the vault. Now, a lot of defenders would love to play here in Vault, which is why you should go ahead and open this up with Habana. Now, once this is opened up, as you can see, it takes a little while, but then if it's opened up, we can go and swing it out, and we have Vault open. So now we're able to see inside of Vault where defenders can no longer play here. Now, once we see it's clear in the 90 hole, we can go ahead and start flashing it out. So flash right over here, flash right over here, and we can just go ahead and rappel in later in the round and go ahead and try and take over Vault. And yeah, usually it'll be free kills most of the time. And again, I'll always play off this cam right here. But it's just a really simple take for you guys. And make sure you guys run Habana and don't run someone like Ace. So if one of your teammates wants to go Ace, let them have it for the main wall. But yeah, guys, really solid take over here. They can do as a solo. And let's go ahead and move on to our next map. Okay guys, now we're on Outback. So this is going to be our Ryora strategy for when we want to take Picnic when defenders are defending Piano and Laundry. So Picnic is over here. So let me show you guys how to do this. First of all, with your guys' cam, make sure you guys are behind this right here, the staircase. Drone out Picnic, make sure it's clear. And you just get a little drone and make sure all of over here is clear on the restaurant stairs and then Shark and everything. Now once you see this is clear, go ahead and open up this barricade right here. And with our smokes, we're going to want to go ahead and smoke this out right here. And then we're going to Ryora off this door. And then also go ahead and Ryora off this door right here off our smoke. Now, once both these things are Ryora'd off, we can go ahead and push in. Now, once we're pushed in, if this wall is double reinforced, to go ahead and leave it. But just like this, we can just open up the Ryora just like so. And we can just continuously swing off of it into Piano, and hopefully we should be able to get a couple of kills. And again, if you need to, we can close it. Or if we want to go backside, go ahead and open this up. We can also go backside if we know it's clear, and we can go ahead and close it. But this setup, or this take, we can do is by ourselves, and it's really good just because you can continuously peek defenders and they can't constantly ping us. Now, if this wall is soft, actually, go ahead with our DMR. We can just make a couple of holes with it, and we can swing the door, and we can swing in the games, or we can make other angles into Piano, or we can even make angles that go all the way into Bathroom. But yeah, this is a really solid take you can do by yourself if you're solo queued. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and move on to our final map. Okay, guys, now over here on Nighthaven, this is going to be our final map. First of all, it's going to be a shot with the buck for the bottom floor. But before we do this strat, make sure you guys have prepped cams here in storage and then also on top rafters and all of warehouse. So our first prep cam is going to be here looking at rafters and warehouse. And our second one's going to be all the way over here in storage, just on top of this little crate right here. Now once we see on both of our drones that everything should be clear, all we have to do is open up this window right here. And then after this is the part where you guys need to listen. Jump in, and we see this soft wall right here. Make vert all under here just like so on the bomb chassis, and keep making vert all the way up to this window. Now once we make all the vert, and we continuously make vert down here just like so, go ahead and jump out, and then we're going to want to go all the way up to the second floor. Now this is, or sorry, the top floor I should say. Now this is why we have this prepped cam over here looking at warehouse and rafters. So open up this wall right here, and we're able to make multiple layers of vert just like so, as you guys can see. Now this is why this strat is so powerful, because we're able to see electric, let me show you guys, on the main wall right here. And we're also fully protected while looking at vert. But the whole point of this is to hopefully you should be able to get electric off the main wall. And again, we're able to hold vert all the way from the top floor, and we're completely safe. And you're able to do this by yourself, by the way, especially if your teammates are struggling getting the main wall. Come all the way to this floor. We can make 2 layers of vert, and we're completely safe. But yeah, guys, this is all the strategies and solo queue strats for you guys on every map. And yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, like and subscribe. And let's shoot for, let's say, 40 likes on this video. But yeah, guys, that's me today. Peace.